Holy. Man, TikTok is going using my... Dang. Alright, we're still seeing if we could... Alright, come on! So freaking close to the... Oh, do we have any news today? It's your bias. I'm looking for... Right now, I'm looking for those pre-market lows. I just gotta check if there's news. Let's see if there's news today. Today's Tuesday. No news today, so I don't have to worry about any news. Quickly do this real quick. Man, I gotta come in earlier and get set up faster. I'm trying to... Alright. Alright. Yeah, so my bias right now, as it sits, is trying to get these pre-market lows possibly. So far it's holding. It didn't sweep those pre-market. That's what I was kind of looking for, was these pre-market lows to get swept. We still can do it. I mean, we're kind of just bouncing off this level, so we can see. Let's see. We're below view. We're still below the view op and below the 200 on the 1 minute. So we're kind of tapping into this. We could get a rejection off here. We could still sweep those lows. I'm just getting a little bit of... is Powell speaking? Really? I need to probably start... I think Forex fact. Forex. Today... Yeah. Yeah, he's speaking at 8:30. So he's still speaking or he's done? It says 8:30. I don't know if he's still speaking. Alright, we're getting that rejection. Let's see if we could... I really hope we can get these pre-market lows. Alright, there it is. There's the sell-off. If we can get that rejection and push through that 279 level, I think we'll get that sweep of those pre-market lows. And then if we can get a setup to kind of scalp back to these highs up here, I would love that. So that's kind of what I want to happen right now. Oh, it's looking good. There's those. There's the drop. Dang. There they go. All right. We're about to sweep pre-market lows. Let me mark. About to... Still haven't swept it yet, though. It's pushing down, but... Oh, are you kidding me? So freaking close. It's alright. Be patient. Let's dump it. Let's dump it. We need that dump through. 270. I think they're gonna do it. We're gonna get it. All right. I don't like that there's a gap here too. Swept 3:30 a.m. lows. Not hasn't swept pre-market lows yet. 3:30 a.m. We're still. I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for the pre-market lows. So this line that I have drawn right there is the pre-market lows. See if we can get a sweep. Come on! What are you doing? Hurry up! Ain't nobody got time for this. All right. Boom. There's the sweep. I mean, we got a gap, but man, the only thing I don't like about this is we have another gap above this gap, kind of right here. So if I was to kind of try to go long for these highs, we got this gap right here that could potentially. Let's see what else forms. Maybe there's another gap to kind of don't like that, but we'll see. I think we can still get a good trade in. This is kind of my unless we just keep dumping, which I hope doesn't happen. I hope we kind of get a so far there's still kind of, how many seconds we got left? We got 30 seconds left in this candle. We're not gonna get a. They filled it. Okay. I don't know if it's smart to. Maybe I'll take it, but if it's gonna have a heavy close, I may take this long just for the highs. See if we can get a push through those highs. See how buyers stepped in pretty aggressively there. We got the sweep. I mean, we swept it now. Let's see what happens. The only thing I don't like about if I was to get long is we got this gap right here that we have to get through. I typically like, when I get long, I typically like a straight shot to my target. I don't like any kind of like things I have to get through. So if I was to take long right here above this gap, I got this gap to worry about now. Versus if this gap wasn't here, I could have just straight shot. But let's see what happens. Maybe they keep dumping it. In that case, I mean, they're dumping it. They are indeed still dumping it. So let's see what happens. We got let me get some time till the next. When is that? Let me see. Yeah, so 10 o'clock is gonna be the next. Right now it's so 46. Man. See, at this point, look at this. At this point, it's invalidated, right? This sweep is no longer a sweep. So this is the cool thing, right? I just stay out of it. I never took an entry. Now I can kind of see what's gonna happen. At this point, it's invalidated. We're not sweeping it. We're going lower. So let me switch back to my other accounts. Because that was kind of for my funded that I wanted to take, but it didn't happen. So let me see if I can catch some scalps on my other accounts. Just got to make sure I switch. Because that would suck if I don't forget to. Okay, let me double check, make sure. Okay, Apex 39. Apex 39, 40, 41, 42. And then all my fundeds are off. Okay. All right. So appreciate the likes. Thank you. Thank you. Woo! All right, so we're kind of you can kind of see why, right? It's invalid. That sweep never happened. We just kept dumping, which is cool. You never get an entry. Now we're kind of looking. Let's see what happens now. We do have next level. Next level is kind of this right there. We're almost sweeping it. If you can kind of see, so we got this low right there, this low right here, which was, I don't know what the heck happened here. That was 9:30? Is that AM or? I'm confused. Oh, that was yesterday's open. Oh, that's yesterday's open. Yesterday's open, let's see what happens. That's kind of the next level that it may kind of, we may get a sweep off of. See what happens at yesterday's level. Let me adjust this chart. Why is it? All right, there you go. Are we gonna sweep yesterday's level? Drawing tool. Let me do, where's it? Rectangle. We got a gap right there. But if we do kind of inverse this gap, we got room to that 7-8 level. That was yesterday's pump. So this bottom line right here is yesterday's open. So now just sweep yesterday's opening price as market open, not. All right, we're still. We tapped it. Let's see what happens. If we can't hold, all right. Even if I get, man, there's not much upside potential in this trade. Unless I target, I would have to target these highs right here, which, man. How do I set a trim on top? I don't know. I've never used their platform. I know they have this weird thing where I never use their platform. I use Ninja Trader. There has to be a way to set. You're talking about like a trailing drawdown, or like just a TP profit target. Take profit. Let me. Is that a? See, we got a tiny gap here, but I hate taking these kind of like. Smaller the gap, the less kind of like, yeah, I got it right. The less likely it is to kind of work. But I'm quick on scalping. We're above view off. If we can get above this level, potentially I would try to take a long, maybe. Take a quick scalp into that. We're just dumping. We're not even getting any sign of wanting to go back up. What's the name of the site you're on to see the green and red bars? This is Ninja Trader. I have Ninja Trader and I use a prop firm to trade. Bro, what the heck? This market is just like, it's not giving me freaking anything. All right, next level. Next level, we got This level right here. Let me adjust it real quick. So that's the next level. After this level, we really don't have... I mean, I don't... Shit. This is like last... Alright, we swept it. Let's see what happened. We're dumping. We're dumping harder. Be careful. Because this is like... This is insane. Don't try to catch a falling knife. That's the whole... Alright, we swept yesterday's. I mean, come on. We gotta somehow... Oh, bought a call. Be careful, man. This is like... You gotta be very careful in this price action right now. Because it's just dumping. You don't want to be the one... It's called catching a falling knife. Where... You're trying to just catch the market bounce. And it just keeps dumping. I want to see something to kind of confirm. Bruh, is today just going to be a straight... Holy... Dang, dude. No sign of freaking... This market just gave me the middle finger and said bye. This is insane. See what happens. I mean, crap, dude. This is freaking crazy. Side hustle. I do this for a side hustle right now. All right. Alright, come on. I mean, you could see if I go to the... This is insane. Honestly, this is freaking crazy. Bro, what is this? Look at this. Straight. Holy crap, are we seriously gonna go down to this? Well, these levels don't stop. Alright. Next level. I really did not even think it would even go close to this level. We got that. Next level is that... Where is that? 065 level, and then we have... Trying to catch a... Alright. Alright. Let's see what happens. Go back to the 1 minute. Bro, this is just gap central. This is ridiculous. Oh, there's a pivot right there too. I mean, dang, it's like this is crazy. This is absolutely insane. I'm not trying to catch a falling knife also. This thing is still... If we could somehow maybe get a bounce off this 065 maybe. Holy, this is honestly, this is crazy. Just straight shot down with no shot of L day. Yeah, this is, I mean, we still got time. Hopefully I can get something, but this is, there was nothing. Like, I mean, the one good thing is I stay out of the trade. There's no setup, so I never, you know, I'm not trying to catch this as it's dumping down. Spy. Oh, you're looking at SPY? SPY's probably dumping too. So see, now reverse this gap, but bro, we just got it's time to enter. Nah, there's too much gaps in the way. I'm gonna get burned if I enter long right here. I feel it. Well, give me a second. I'll be back. We're in 1 second. All right. Yeah, so I was saying, I'm just gonna get burned long. I'm just gonna get burned right here. If I try to enter long, I mean, there's a pivot point right there, but we're not really like. Maybe if we. See the problem, even if you. They didn't really sweep anything. I guess this one you can kind of maybe take a long off, but we have this pivot right here that's going to be in the way. And if it rejects off this pivot, there's a possibility if you get long right here and it rejects, it could reject easily as soon as you get long. So, like I would rather get a setup with a higher probability. I would rather maybe it dump down to this level and give me a good setup maybe for this high right here. Let's see what happens. It's got to get through that pivot though. We'll see. It's just gonna... I mean, there's a possibility if we could... What time is it right now? Oh, 9:59. We could start getting some kind of a reversal here. I mean, there's a possibility if we could break above this high and kind of maybe close above this gap right here and retest somewhere here to take a long. That would be better for me, right? Because it would confirm at that point we're breaking above the high if we close up here and then kind of retest. Or even if we close above this gap would be a better kind of, but you would have to have your stops. You would have to set your risk up accordingly to have your stops down here, because that would be the invalidation. And then if you kind of like took along from here, the next gap is kind of up here. So I mean, you would have a decent profit. It would be a decent trade if we do get up there. We'll see. Maybe if we could push through here. And we can get a good setup down here. I want these lows to get taken out. Those are kind of the last. This is why you got to be careful. I mean, we're just like makes a little bit of a high and then dumps right back down. All right, we're taking out that kind of internal low. All right. I want a good trade. I don't want to just get in to get in. I want to make money, not lose money. All right, we're still... It's going to have a little trouble getting through that pivot. Just do it. We're at that 10 o'clock mark, which is a pretty good, you know, usually around 10 o'clock. We usually typically get some form of a reversal around 10 o'clock. So that's why I'm kind of like, we could get a reversal down here somewhere. It's possible. Alright, we took out these internal lows. Maybe if we can close, I may take a long if we could close above this. Hopefully it's not going to be a sweep though. I need buyers to kind of start stepping in aggressively though. Man. I really want this to keep dumping to that. So far, buyers are trying, but they're not showing any signs that they could do it. Price doesn't need to do anything, bro. I know it doesn't need to do anything. That's why I'm trying to be patient. What I'm saying is, if longs want to keep stepping in, price would need to get through this level right here. If it could get through this level, I'm not trying to catch price. I'm trying to like get in the middle, right? So for it to sweep something and then show that buyers are stepping in aggressively, just for me to get in for a quick scalp. I don't need a huge trade. I don't need to get in the I don't need to be the first one to get into the trade. I want to be the one that gets in the middle and then rides it to a level and then gets out. First one to get in, first one to get out. I mean, for middle. I don't want to be the first one to get in. Let's go. See, it's having a lot of so far sellers are looking like they want to. They're having more selling pressure than buying pressure down here, even though we've dumped so far already. So we'll see. Appreciate the likes. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Come on, Nasdaq. Still. See, the fact that sellers are having a lot of issue at this as a pivot point there. They're having a lot of trouble getting through that pivot. The only thing that kind of like, we would have to get an aggressive close above this in order to even think about getting long. We would have to get an aggressive close, because the last thing I want is for this to sweep, I enter long, and then it dumps right back down. That's what I don't want. So we'll see. So far, buyers are stepping in. We'll see what happens. Let me see real quick. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be too much of a bro. I shorted at 285 and got out 20 points. I'm an idiot. No, you gotta stick to your plan. If you stuck to your plan, that's all that matters. Because next time you're gonna hold, it's gonna get you out. You're gonna take a loss. That's happened to me before. Trust me, I've done that. I'm like, man, if I would have held, I would have got so much more. And then next time you try to hold, and it just ends up stopping you out. You have to have a plan and stick to that plan, whatever that plan is. You just stick to it. You get your points that you were looking for. That's a W, no matter how much it goes up. What you can do is scale. That's why micros, if you trade micros, you could scale out. So you don't have that. So you can like scale half at a certain level, and then try to let the rest ride, and maybe have it like a break even. I don't like doing that, but I know some people, it works for them. It's going to consolidate and then going to shoot up. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen too. I was on an eval, made 8K on 2 trades and left them all day. Oh dang. And then you just yeah, you got to take your profit. You got to have your levels and then take profit at certain levels, because I've gotten messed up so many times like that. Yeah, especially with these prop firm accounts, they have trailing drawdown, which will get you if you don't take profit. We're in a discount. Yeah, we're in a big discount. I just don't know about, like, for me to really want to get long, I think what I'll have to do, like, this will have to close pretty heavy above. And then it closes heavy, and then I would maybe look for that retest of these highs to turn into a support. So, see, buyers are stepping in right here, right? But I would really want a heavy close above this, because I'm really worried about this sweeping it. If I do get long as this gap inverses, and then it just inverses into this gap and then sells off, which is a possibility. Not eval express. Oh, you did that on a funded? That sucks even more. I size down on my fundeds. I'm risked off. Like, I allow myself multiple losing trades before I blow it. Usually like 5 to 6. I typically want to allow myself around 5 trades before I would blow an account. 5 losing trades, and I scalp, so it's pretty uncommon for me to have. I don't know if I've ever had that many losing trades in a row. I think the max I had was like 3 losing trades in a row. And that's just because I scalp. So obviously I'm going to have a higher... Alright, what is this going to do? It's kind of interesting, but the risk, holy... Ugh. 20... It's like $180 per micro. 180 per micro, let me see. 180 per micro times... Yeah, it would be times 2. That's a lot of risk. So we swept it, see? We swept it. Let's see what happens here. If we could get a heavy close, that would confirm to me that buyers are stepping in aggressively. So far... Next day I traded, made 700 that night in a few drinks and cooked myself. Yeah, it seems like a lot of risk. You're not allowing yourself enough drawdown from what it seems like. You just gotta allow yourself more drawdown. All right, what's going on here? Should I get long? No, not yet. I don't want that to reverse, bruh. We're above that. We kind of swept that one liquidity now. Like, I don't know, man. I really don't know. This is like an iffy trade for me. I don't feel too confident in it. Like, there are some trades where you're just like super confident. There are other ones where you're like, Should I pull the trigger? We got 15 seconds left. I may do it. Let me see. If it kind of closes, I may get long for just a... I'm risked off. I'm not going to put a lot of risk on if I do get long. It's having trouble, see? Let me see. Let me get my, what's it called? Alright, it's having trouble closing, so... not closing. Not doing it. It's not doing it. It doesn't want to do it. It's retesting. So now it's retesting these highs right here, right? It's gotta hold these highs and start pushing back up. If it can't hold those highs. So let me see. We got 20. Yeah. Since I'm not too confident in this, I'll be kind of risked off. If this can close, I would maybe try to take a long just because the buying pressure is kind of... It looks like we're trying to hold that high. So we're trying to hold that high right now. I would potentially... They gotta hold this high right now. NQ short at open was a beauty. Yeah, I mean, if you caught that, that's pretty good. Trying to see if we could get... We have room up to... We have a pivot point up there. We have room up to the kind of like this level. See what happens. I mean, buyers are kind of... They're doing it. We got 13. Let me see. 20 seconds left. I mean, if we could get a pretty decent close above this gap, I would potentially... I just hope... I kind of tapped into it, yeah. So, all right. Let me see. 5 seconds left. 5 seconds. All right. I'm going to try this. Man, where am I going to... Target, I would have to have my target kind of... let's see where... Probably this kind of... Somewhere around here maybe is going to be a resistance. If we get a close below, obviously it invalidates my trade. So we got to hold this. Keep ripping it. Previous days higher low retest. This is kind of like I wish I had more room to the... I don't know. I mean, let's go! Hurry up! We just got pivot right there. That's the only thing. We have a pivot there, so we need to hold this. We can't close below this gap right here. We gotta hold this gap. We gotta hold this high right here. Right? So we're pushing above this high. We're confirming. We pushed above it. We're bouncing off it, holding it as support. Now we're starting to get a leg right back up. And the reason I'm targeting this kind of area is because we got a major level here and we got a pivot point there. So it's going to be a lot of trouble getting through that area. So I just don't want it to reverse on me as it's, you know. $23,205. 23. Yeah, we got that gap too. This is what I was worried about. Is that gap. We got room. I mean, I could move my TP up. We got room. If we could kind of close above this gap right here, we do have room to like this area. Maybe I should move my TP. Uh, Yeah, I think I should. We just got... Let me kind of see what we have going here. We just got a lot of resistance there. That's why I kind of would have to... 222. Come on. We gotta hold this. You gotta kind of take quick profits on these kind of moves, because, right, it's just like trying to catch a falling knife at sometimes, where price is confirming that it kind of wants to reverse, but at the same time, right, we're still in a downtrend, so you got to be careful. NASDAQ, what are you doing? What are you freaking doing? I may get out of this if we close below this gap. I can always re-enter, that's the thing. I can always re-enter if I need to. Trying to protect my wrong losses. Yeah. NASDAQ, what are you doing? That's why I risked off of this trade too. It's kind of like an iffy trade just because of... I mean, we're kind of... See, we need to hold this. We gotta hold this. If we're gonna go higher, we have to hold this level. We have to hold. Buyers start stepping in. We gotta hold it. If we can't hold this level, we're probably dumping down lower. And I don't want to be a part of the dump down all the way to the bottom. I want to admit that I'm wrong if I'm wrong. And move on to the next thing. I can always re-enter if I need to. But one thing I don't want to do is hold for, you know. All right. Come on, let's get this bounce. Move on up. Come on, buyers. Come on, bulls. Push, 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 push. Push it. Oh, no, come on. What are you doing? Bro, what are you doing? Go up. Let's go. Oh, come on. Hurry up. Get me out of this now. Uh-oh. Still trying to hold it. Come on, buyers, bulls, hurry up. Dump. Rip it. I almost said dump it. No, do not dump it. I repeat, do not dump it. Hey, how you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back to the... Woo! Bulls. Let's get it. Let's step back in. They gotta hold this level. If they can't hold this level, we're going down, down. Let's go. We're holding it. So this is the Bulls' last attempt to try to... If we could push through this 200 level. We're having a lot of trouble for some reason. If I need to, I'll get out. You gotta know when to accept that you're wrong, because You want to protect your downside just as much as your upside. So far we're holding. I'm telling you, this is like the bull's last attempt. We got to be able to hold this level. This is like the ground. Uh-oh, bears. Bears are stepping in. It's a downtrend, so we gotta be careful. Let's go! Rip it! Rip it! Now! See, they listen to me. You have to freaking yell at it. If I don't yell at it, it doesn't do it. Up! Up! That's it. That's it. Just keep doing it. Keep going. Rip it. Up, up, and away. Come on, bulls. You can do it. You can do it. Oh. Why is it when I get long, it goes sideways? Why is it when as soon as I get long, we dumped all morning long. It just kept going one direction all morning long. We start to get a bounce. We start to get this bounce. And as soon as I buy, it just goes sideways. What are they doing? Like, this happens too often for it to be a coincidence. Or I'm just buying at these, like, levels where... like, let's go. Bulls. Look how much trouble it's having here. Like, really? And we're coming up on that 10:30 mark where we get a reversal usually at 10:30. I don't want to be part of that reversal. Come on, just... You could do it. We're gonna rip. Are we? Maybe. I made 1K since market open from NASDAQ. Dang. You caught a good short, that's for sure. That was a pretty good move. Ya freaking. Bruh. Am I gonna have to get out of this trade? Am I seriously going to have to get out of this trade? 10 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. They look like they want to go down. I'm out. It is what it is. I don't want to be a part of this if it's going to dump down. You gotta know when... Oh, shoot. I gotta cancel my orders. You gotta know when to accept it. We're failing to hold this support, right? We're failing to hold it, which means we're reversing this gap back down. We could very likely sell back down to the lows. And hey, I could always wait for something else, right? If we sell back down to these lows and we potentially take out this bottom level, I would potentially look for another long down here, right? But as of now, listen, it's not confirming that it wants to go higher. So I don't want to be a part of... Like, I'd rather get out here and maybe re-enter if I have to than wait for it to dump all the way back down. Appreciate the likes. Thank you. That's the hardest part about trading, is accepting your freaking... Like, the faster you can accept that you're wrong, the better you're going to be off. Because there are people, right, especially in the beginning of trading, what a lot of people will do was they don't want to accept that they're wrong. And what they want to do is just keep holding and hoping that it goes back up. Hoping it goes back up. Hoping. Just as much you protect your upside, you got to protect your downside. Like, to me, right, it looked good. And I kind of knew. I said before this trade even happened, which is why I took less size risk, right? I said we could very likely, the only thing I don't like about this is we have this gap right here. I said we have this gap right here. We could potentially tap into that gap and then start reversing back down, which I don't want to happen. So I ended up getting long, tapped into that gap, and now it's starting to reverse. Closing below this gap now, so we could go down potentially. And it's 10:30. I personally think we're going back down. I lost a lot of money doing that. Yeah, it's not. You want to be able to look at the difference of me, right? Getting out up here, right? I entered long, it didn't confirm what I wanted. Look at the difference. If I get out here versus if I wait for it to go all the way down for these lows to get out. Look at how much money I'm saving by not, by not holding for the lows. Now, there's a possibility it could rip up and it would have took out my TP, but I have to follow my plan. If I don't like what's going on, check out PayPal. I trade futures. I don't trade stocks. What time frame is this? This is the 1 minute. But I have these levels marked out on the 15 minute. These levels. And listen, we're all good. I'm down less than $100 on that trade. So it's like, I'm good. I'm chilling. I still got. That was such a small loss that I'm honestly happy, because look what would happen if I would just to look what would have happened, right? Let's see what would have played out. I just saved how much? Let's say 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. 120, so 240. If this ends up dumping down to the lows, I just saved myself $240 by getting out right here instead of down there. Like buyers, like look at this. Look at the chart, right? If you try to read like price action, right? We had buyers aggressively start to step in. We broke this high right here, right? We broke the high. So what I said was we have to hold this high in order for us to continue going up. Look, every time we push it up, right? Sellers step in. Look how aggressive the sellers are stepping in. We get a little push up, sellers aggressively step in. We get a little push up, sellers aggressively step in. Now we're kind of consolidating. So to me, it just does not look good. Can it work out? It still can work out, but it just does not look good for me. Appreciate the like. Thank you. Like if I may even re-enter this. Look at this. Should I re-enter? Should I re-enter? We got 10 seconds left. Should I re-enter this trade? If this closes above, maybe I'll re-enter. We're starting to get buying pressure back up. Let's see. All right, let's try it again. Where were my TPs? Down up here around. Oh boy. Bruh, if this seriously like takes out this high and dumps again. Let's go. Break, push it. Push it. Push it up. Bruh, do not take out this high and dump. Don't you freaking dare do that. I swear I will drive to the freaking market makers. Who taught you how to trade? Just experience. Just watching a lot of YouTube videos and just looking at the chart. And experience. A lot of experience. Bruh! Oh, brother. This is NQ Futures. I'm going light. I'm also going light again because, again, this area is kind of I don't like it the most. And we were on a crazy downtrend. I'm literally trying to catch the bounce. So, like, so far, right? Price action showing that it wants to go back up. It's showing it. It is showing it, but we got to get those buyers start stepping in more aggressively. Let's go. Come on. Rip it. Rip it. Gotta hop on gold. I know some people trade gold. I've never looked at it. I've been looking at NQ for such a long time that I'm so used to it. I'm so used to it that I just know how it moves. So I like watching the same thing every single day. You begin to understand its like characteristics and how it moves and what it likes to do. And versus if you jump from one thing to another, you have to like almost relearn it. I mean, it happens. Same thing happens on that too, but definitely still bearish. Yeah, I mean, we're bearish overall on the higher time frames. We're bearish, but on the lower time frame, it's showing like it wants to kind of showing some form of a reversal, right? Look at this. Right, we're breaking above this high. We failed to sweep it. We're bouncing off the high now, and we're running up. So I'm trying to catch a quick scalp. I'm not trying to catch a crazy move. Also, I'm trying to catch a quick scalp because we still are overall bearish. So I'm not trying to predict the bottom of the freaking, you know, the bottom of the bottom. I don't need that. Let's go. Rip it now. Rippity, rippity. Rip, 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 rip. Is this a XF? This is a fund. I mean, this is an evaluation account. I have a funded account that I have a different setup I take on my funded account. Appreciate the follow. Thank you. I have a different setup I take on my funded account, but these are my, and this is multiplied by 4. So this, what it's showing you right now is on one trade. This is multiplied by 4 because I have 4 accounts I'm copy trading on. So come on. What do you, I mean, I know there's going to be some form of a resistance here. We got this major level I have marked out, and we have a pivot point there. So that's why I'm kind of looking to tap right into me, and then potentially it could reject off of there. I'm not looking for the, I don't want to hold for maybe the breakthrough of that. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's how you do it. Why would you put a stop at your $70 lost? Oh, so why did I get out of that trade, right? So let me make sure. Always make sure to cancel all after you get out of a trade, or you flatten everything, hit the flatten everything button, flatten everything, cancel all orders, just in case you have some orders you forgot. All right, so this trade, right? Look at this. So we kind of had this high. Oh, hold on. My bad. Oh, you're good. We kind of had this high, right? And these blue lines, I have major levels marked out as potential. I'm looking for a sweep of liquidity. So I'm looking for those lows to get taken out and then to start moving in the opposite direction. But I'm not just trying to predict. I'm looking for confirmations that it wants to go back up. So, right, we had this major level right there. So it broke through this major level right here, right? And we tapped into it. We're tapping into it and rejecting. Okay, so obviously no entry for me. We're not sweeping it. We're going lower. I'm looking. It goes back down. It takes out this low. I'm like, okay, it takes out an internal low. And it starts moving back up. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, this high right here, if it can break above this high and hold, we could potentially start ripping back up. If it can break above this high and hold, right? And I said this before, it's a little bit riskier of a trade, and I'm kind of risked off because we have this imbalance right here. And I said before I even took the trade, it could tap into this imbalance and then reverse, and that's what I don't want to happen. It's literally exactly what happened, what I didn't want to happen. So we kind of got a pretty decently strong like close above this level right here, and I'm like, okay, I mean, I'm willing to risk. I'm willing to take the trade. So I went long right here because it closed above this gap. And I was looking for the push, and we closed above this. And I said, right, when I entered long, I said we gotta hold this level. In order for us, and somebody's like, it doesn't have to do anything. Somebody came in and said, it doesn't have to do anything. Obviously, it doesn't have to do anything, but there's certain levels that if it's gonna go up, I want it to hold that level, right? So I said it has to hold this level. So it did hold. We got a bounce, and we started bouncing up, right? We started showing signs of strength again. And then sellers started stepping in aggressively. And at this point, I'm like, okay, now I want to hold this gap, right? I want to be able to hold this gap because if we can't hold this gap, there's a higher likelihood possibility we could go back down to these lows. So what happened? I mean, we closed below this gap and I ended up getting out, right? Looking back, obviously, you're like, in hindsight, I shouldn't have got out, but, right? I have to stick to my plan. I have to stick to what I see. Because there are plenty of times where I'm going to get out and it's going to keep dumping. So I got out for a small loss. A pretty small loss, right? Because I got in right here and I got out as soon as it closed below this gap. Because I was thinking it could possibly go back down to the lows. Which it didn't. It didn't. And then my mindset is, right, I'd rather get out for a tiny loss. And then I can always re-enter, right? I can always re-enter if it keeps pushing back up and I see aggressive selling pressure step in. But if it keeps dumping, I'm out of the trade. I don't have to worry about that. But if it starts going back up and showing signs of strength, I can always re-enter. So what happened? I got out for a small loss. I saw buyers aggressively start stepping in again. And at the close of this candle, back above this gap, I went long again. I went long again and went straight to my TP. So not only did I make back my loss, but I made money on top of that loss, right? And that's kind of how you protect yourself. You want to protect not only your upside, but downside. And I understood. Literally, look at my TP. My TP was right. My TP was right here. Look what happened as soon as it hit my TP. Look at that. Hit my TP, now it's going back down. That's not to say it can't go back up, but I understood that there's going to be a lot of resistance up here. We have a major level paired with a pivot point. And I understood we could get... That's why I had my TP right below that major level, right below that pivot point. So it took out my TP. Now it's going back down. So you always want to protect your downside. That's like the most important thing. You could learn how to take the best trades in the world. But if you don't know how to protect your downside, what's going to happen is all you're going to do is just make money and then give that money right back. I would rather... And there's a book. I've never read the book, but there is a book out there about trading that's called The Best Loser Wins. It's exactly what it is. The people who can accept the loss, who can accept when they're wrong, right? When they're looking at price action and they see that price is not confirming, right, what they thought was going to happen. And when price doesn't confirm what you think is going to happen, you want to get out for a small loss because you can always re-enter the trade if you need to, if it confirms it again. So since it's making higher highs, would you get back in if it goes past the pivot point? At this point, so here's the thing. The higher it goes, the less likely I kind of am to, because we still, overall, we're still bearish. And that's why I took, like, I'm not trying to hold for crazy, because I understand we're still, like, look at the 15-minute chart, right? If I go back down to the 15-minute chart, right? Look what's happening. Look what's happening on the 15-minute chart. Right? We're still overall, this looks very bearish to me. Right? We could very likely tap back into this level right here. And obviously there's going to be a lot of resistance up here. There's going to be a lot of like selling pressure that comes in right here. So if we tap back into here and we start dumping down, I got to understand that. So I would rather get long down there and for a quick scalp, because the higher it goes up, the higher likelihood we're going to get a pullback. So that's why I kind of like, if we're bullish, maybe like if we're above the VWAP and we kind of like this move right here, right? We swept these lows and look at all this room we have kind of to these highs. We have way more room, but here it's kind of very risky to take a long up here because we could reject at any point. We can go down. I'm thinking that's what's going to happen. Like in my eyes, I think we're going to somewhere around this area, right? Even if I draw a box, right? Somewhere around this area, we're going to get, my opinion, we're going to get a pullback. So I don't want to be a part of that. Let's go back down to the 1 minute and see. See, the 1 minute confirmed, we want to go, we're like, we want to go up. How far up? I don't know. But if you look on the 1 minute price action, you can kind of see that we're wanting to go back up. Buyers are stepping in at this level. Appreciate the likes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hopefully you can, and this is all things I made from like the mistakes I made from experience, right? It's having a lot of trouble getting through that pivot. Oh yeah. Now we're not like, I'm not up crazy amount of profit, obviously, because I had that loss, but I'm still up. You know, a win is a win. There's always tomorrow. If I don't get another trade. And at this point, I mean, I don't really see anything. Maybe, I mean, trying to, let me see. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't see really any trades, really. We're up too much. I don't know who's getting long here. Whoever's getting long here is kind of like, I mean, at this point, if you didn't get long down there, why in the world are you getting long up here? You know what I'm saying? Like, whoever is getting long up here is chasing. Other than the person averaging into like a long-term position. Unless you're a big dog and you got millions of dollars and you're averaging in, I can understand them getting long. But if you're getting long for a scalp up here, I don't know. Seems a little bit too risky. Can you make a video on how you draw your levels, your pivot points? Yeah, yeah, I can make a video of like what I look for and like trying to, maybe I'll make like 2 separate videos of how to like read price action and then how to mark out levels. Yeah, I'll make one. Like, a lot of people try to predict, right? A lot of people, what they try to do is they, like, even you take a look at, there are supply and demand traders, right? Like, say people that have a supply and demand strategy, I think a lot of mistakes that they make in, like, trading supply and demand is they're, like, as soon as it taps into the level, they're going long, just because it's at a certain level. Like, you want confirmation, right? Like, if somebody was getting longs, if this was a level for someone right here, right? If this was a level, you don't want to get long just because it's tapping into the level. Like, you want to get long as, boom, taps in, boom, buyers start stepping in aggressively, shows you confirmation, and you get long for a quick move up. But I think what a lot of people do, they try to chase it. They try to catch the exact bottom, right? But you don't need to do that in trading. You don't need to catch the exact bottom. You don't need to catch the exact top. You need to get in the middle of it and quickly get in the middle, take your profit, look for the highest probability where it's going to go to, and then get out. Because the longer you're in the market, the more exposure you have, right? The more chance you have of somebody saying something, Powell saying something, Trump saying something, and this thing just going haywire, which is possible. Very possible. Trump at any moment, Trump could say something, and this crap's just like... I'm just at work right now, so I can't do it. Oh, you're at work? That's pretty cool. Like, learn this stuff and you can, like... Watching price action, I think, is one of the most important thing. Looking at price action, like, even though I'm not trading right now, like, I don't plan to take a trade right now. I mean, something could set itself up where it looks good and I could take a trade, but as of right now, price action, I don't see anything. But... like, looking at price action is the most powerful thing. Trump likes to tweet. There needs to be some kind of law set and enacted for, like, we get, like, you know how they have those Amber Alerts thing on your phone? They need to make that for trading. Like, some kind of an alert that goes out, like Trump is about to tweet. Like, we need some kind of an alert to get out of a position in case Trump tweet incoming, T-minus 5 minutes, Trump tweet. And then we can kind of prepare, you know what I'm saying? Like, adjust our risk, get out of a trade. I think he likes it. Honestly, I think he likes the power he has to be able to just say something. Same thing with Powell. Powell has... Can you imagine having the power of his words? Like, even Jerome Powell, right? A simple word from him, like, good afternoon, will send the market going haywire. Like, can you imagine having the power of words where you can, in one word, you can cause people to lose freaking thousands of dollars? It's crazy. He literally, it's so funny to look at because there have been times where it's like you're waiting. Now, I don't trade during when Powell talks, but it's hilarious to watch price action because it's like price is moving normal, and then Powell walks up on stage and he walks up to the mic and he goes, good afternoon. And then price just starts going insane. Like, freaking the power of his words is pretty crazy. If this one closes short, would that be a good indicator to short this? No, because right, we still kind of have this level we could and look below it. Look how much gaps we have. I mean, if you were to take, I mean, there's really nothing like, right? It's tapping into this major level, but it's not really giving you like, it's not giving you a clear sign, you know, that it wants to go lower. So far, you can even draw, I don't draw trend lines, but you can even draw a trend line, right? Look at this. Price is on the 1 minute chart. Look at that. It's confirming it's in an uptrend. Right now, it's not showing you any signs that it wants to go back down. It's literally forming an uptrend right now. So, like, getting... Maybe the only possibility in my eyes I could see you potentially wanting to get short, if we break this level right here, right? If we break this level, and maybe if we tap back into this level to go short, but that's risky too, because what can happen is you could take out this low right here, and then you could start moving back up, and then it could rip past this high. So, in my eyes, just does not look good for me, like a good setup. Like a perfect setup For me, a perfect setup is where there's no, see how there's gaps here too that are gonna act as support, some kind of a support. My idea, like if I was to get long, look at if you were to get long, this is not my setup, but look at this area right here, right? Shoot. Like look, there is literally no, like if you were to get long right here, look to the left. There is absolutely nothing stopping price from moving to like to these highs right here. And you can kind of see that in price action. As soon as price, right? As soon as it kind of got to this level, there's no reason. Like it took out this low right here, and look at this. It took out the low, and it's a straight shot for these highs. There's no gaps. There's nothing really stopping it from going to these highs. And it immediately ripped up fast because there's nothing stopping it versus, right? Like certain gaps, certain levels are gonna kind of prevent it from going. Any trades? Yeah, I took, well, one trade, but two trades. I took this right here. What I did was, I took a long, damn, this, hold on. I gotta draw a new box, because that box is like... I took a long when we swept this major, when we confirmed a closure above that major level, which was a little risky. I sized down, but like this blue line right here, we closed above that blue line, showed kind of that it swept it, and then I went long right here, and then I ended up exiting out for a small loss right here because I thought that if we get a closure back below this gap, we're not holding this high, we could potentially go down for the lows. So I'm just trying to protect my risk. So I got out for a small loss here. And then once this green candle, this massive buying pressure stepped in, I went long again. And then I took profit at these highs right here. Literally the top of this, I took profit. Because it's another major level and there's a pivot point there. So I knew that it was going to be some form of a resistance. So I took profit there. So I made back my small loss and some in that trade. So we're still kind of in a mini uptrend. Yes, sir. I took that long on the fair value gap. Nice, nice. You caught it. And I took quick profits because I understood in my mind that we're in a downtrend, right? Like, if we didn't have this high right here, and we broke above that high pretty strong, like, I wouldn't have... Like, I wouldn't have... The fact that we formed a structure here is the reason also why I decided to get long above this gap. Because now that we formed the structure, if we break above it, there's going to be a lot of support here, in which there was support. You see that bounce. We failed to go higher, and that's why I closed. But if their structure didn't form, like, for example, if price would have just went dumped, and then just ripped up and just closed right here without forming a structure, I probably wouldn't have taken this trade. But yeah, that's awesome. We're still like, in order, and if you look at price, right, in order for this to confirm that it's kind of like that it wants to keep going down, it would have to break below a strong close and maybe tap back into this level to go lower. Then it confirms that it wants to go short. But right now, I mean, we're still making higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. We failed to even break this, we sweep this low. And look at that, buyers stepping in aggressively. Dang! Dang, son. EQ? What do you mean EQ? ES? Oh, yeah, you mean ES. ES? Yeah. I don't know, ES, I don't like how it moves slower. I don't know. It's a lot safer of a, like, NQ is more volatile, but you can position size correctly on NQ. I just like the way NQ moves more erratically. ES moves more smoothly. So it is good that like 50% mark on the 1 hour. Let me see. Let me see. 50 on the 1 hour. Let me make sure TikTok is not. %50 on the 1 hour. Did you go long? We're literally at 50% right now, I think. Let me take this. I think we're at, but this is NQ, so obviously it's not. But yeah, those are having extra confirmation, like Fibonacci retracements, all of that. Like there's so many things you can look at, but the one thing you kind of don't want to do. Crap, I was literally. Gosh. One thing you don't want to do, right? Is what's it about to, oh, have too much indicators and have too much, you know, confluences, and it starts to kind of, there's an indicator to cancel out kind of another indicator all the time, right? Like right now there's an indicator saying to go long and there's another indicator saying you should go short. So like that's why you don't see too much indicator. I mainly focus on price action. For me, price action is more important than any indicator. Like indicators are just like guides. Like for example, this indicator, the pivot point, I didn't trade off it, but I understood me getting long that we're gonna have some form of a resistance right there. And it's paired with a major level I have marked out. So I understood that we could, if I'm long, maybe I should think about taking some kind of profits or all profits there. In which I took all profits there, and look what happened. As soon as I took profit, price dumped all the way back down. And it's literally, it's been going sideways as soon as I took profit. So price action is more powerful than any indicator that you will ever find. Oh, you took it to the 50% mark. Okay, yeah, that's smart. That's smart. I see what you mean. You took it to the 50% mark. Yeah, that's also a good exit to have. And there's a gap too. Even the 15-minute chart, if you look on the 15-minute chart, like there's a massive, I mean, we gotta all understand that there's gonna be a lot of selling pressure in this area. For it to continue ripping up to the highs, it's gonna have a lot of things to get through. We're still in a downtrend. We're still bearish overall. Still looking like it wants to rippity dippity. So see, it's making higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. I mean, some people may trade this. I don't know. Some people trade these like little bounces off. I think in my eyes, the less trades you take in a day, the better. Because when you can just get a good trade, one trade and done, and you can get one predictable trade a day, right? That's far better than taking 20 trades and just constantly being exposed in the market, just in a trade, out of a trade, in a trade. Maybe some people trade like that, but I think it's better just to take one good setup, make your profit, and walk away. What time is it? Oh, snap, it's 11 o'clock. And we're starting to... Honestly, I think we're still going for the lows. Me personally, I think we could go back down to the lows. But... I think we could still dump down. Oh, and you also look at this. Look at this, right? Hold on, is that box? Let me make sure that box that I have drawn is the box where I took an entry off of. Okay, yeah. So see this box on the 1 minute? That's the box I entered off of long, right? The imbalance that reversed. Look on the 15-minute chart. If you look on the 15-minute chart, so there's that box I have drawn right there. Look at the wicks on the 15-minute chart. That confirms too. That's confirming too that a lot of buyers are stepping in right there. The fact that we're getting all these wicks, look, one wick on the 15-minute chart, another wick on the 15-minute chart, that's confirming. That's a pretty bullish price action right there. So that's another confirmation that we're want to reverse right there and go long. Like, look at all the levels. Look at the patience, right? Look at all the levels we broke through. All these levels I had marked out as potential long opportunities that I wanted to get long off of, potentially. Right? This was my first level that I wanted to go long off of. We failed to confirm to go higher. This was my next level. We failed to confirm to go higher. This was my next level. Okay. We broke it. We're showing signs we want to go back up. We closed above it, inverse the gap, quick scalp, boom, bada bing, bada boom, out. Now, made my money. I'm out of the trade, and I can let it do what it wants to do. Literally, is it at that 50% mark? Literally, it's at that 50% of the gap, I think. So, that's it. That's it. I love it. I freaking love this. Ugh. Did you take another trade just back? Oh, yeah, baby. All right, we're still... Look at this. We're still... Where's my freaking... I don't really go off of trend lines because they're very discretionary. But we're still kind of holding this trend line right here. Uh-oh. We're getting tight. We usually have, when this kind of thing happens right here, it gets a little interesting. Look at this. When price starts to kind of like, it's almost like pulling back a bow, right? Look at this. Price starts to kind of move up, right? Let me kind of zoom in. Price starts to move up, and look what it's doing, right? It's going sideways right now. And what happens is, a lot of times, this is kind of like, sort of kind of like a bull flag forming. Not really, but kind of. And when price starts to get tight like that, what price starts to do, it starts to go up. And then, as it consolidates, price action gets tight in a certain range that it's trading. It gets tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter until eventually price breaks out super strong in one direction. So like price could easily, right? It's getting tighter, tighter. It's bouncing in this area. It's a lot of like pressure start to get built up, and then it could explode. Pause to one area, into the bottom or the top, depending. They could easily dump it down, or they could rip it right back up. So this is a very risky area to take any trade off of because you have no idea. I mean, you're guessing. You're just gambling to see whether it goes higher or lower because it's, right? It's just sideways. It's going to either explode to the upside or to the downside. I think to the down. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. It's kind of a bull flag, but I think there's so much. But we have sold off so much. We've sold off so much already that it's just like. Come on, NASDAQ. I want to see this. Just took along and got my continuation and confirmation. Yeah, that's... I mean, I could see why you could potentially... If you got long down here, like, right here, for a quick scalp. Oh, on ES? That's awesome. Yeah, look for your... And there's different setups. Somebody's probably has a setup setting up to go short right now. Everyone has a different... People have different setups. As long as you can follow your rules and get out when you're wrong, because you're going to be wrong sometimes. Get out when you're wrong. Take profits at levels that make sense. You know, don't try to hold forever and try to take as much profit out of it, because there's always another trade. Did you take anything today? Yeah. I took this level right here, this long. This long. So I had a major level, right? It kind of started closing above this gap. I went long, and then I got out. I took a small loss as we closed below this gap, because I thought we could keep dumping if we fail to hold this high. So I took a small loss, and then I re-entered right here as it closed above again. All this buying pressure came in. I bought at the close of this candle right here. Close of this candle, I bought, and I took it long for the highs right here. I literally, ever since I sold, it's been going sideways. See what I'm saying? Look at all this. Look at this. See how it's failing to make a new high? And it's a higher high, and it's like this like level, this top that it's just gonna blow through. All this pressure getting just built up here, and it's just gonna explode to one direction. Oh man. I'm happy with the way I traded today. I'm happy that I'm even happy about the loss. I'm happy about the small loss I took. I'm happy that I took that small loss and I re-entered. Overall, that was a good trade. Oh, you take partials? That's smart. I don't know. I don't know why I could never do it. I don't know why I could ever do it. It is smart. It's very smart to take partials. But I just like, for some reason, my psychology, I just like taking full TP. I like getting in and then getting out of my trade, full TP, and then... Because I don't like getting stuck in sideways action and having to sit here with the trade on. But this is NQ futures. I'm only taking partial into this trade because of price action, and then I'll go to break even. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. That's pretty smart. So we're breaking below. But what also I've seen price do before is they like to, in this kind of environment, I've noticed that it likes to fake out. I've seen this happen, and this burned me before I even traded this kind of. What I would do is try to predict the breakout. And what a lot of times what price would do is it would dump down, it would take out these lows as a fake out, and then it rips right back up. So like the people who are trying to get long, fake out, they get stopped out, and then it rips right back up. It'd be funny if it happened again, if it happened right now. Woo! Look at this price. It's kind of a bull flag, but dang, dude, look at this. Look at this top. Look how tight. Look at this freaking just like. Oh, I think a big move is coming. I think a big move is coming. So be careful. If you're in a trade right now, be careful. We're either there's gonna be a big move to the upside or a big move to the downside. I mean, I think to the up. I mean, I don't know. You could go either way, honestly. At this point, it's kind of a bull flag. This is a bull flag. This is NQ futures. But it's like, is it a bull flag or is it a bear flag on the higher time frame? Because somebody could argue this is maybe a bear flag on the lower time frame. I mean on the higher time frame. But on the lower time frame, it looks like a bull flag kind of. Let's see. Remember I said what they sometimes like to do is fake out before they go up. Uh-oh. TikTok. Puzzle time. Every day TikTok makes me solve a puzzle. Puzzle time. I'm a real person. I'm a real boy, TikTok. I'm a real boy. Bear flag? You think it's a bear flag? Fig leg is going down. Tested the blue line 3 times now and failed. Yeah, I mean it could. Overall, we're overall in the higher time frame, we're still in a downtrend. Like, see how this is why higher time frames are very important too, is because on the 1 minute, this looks like this could keep going up. This almost looks like a bull flag right here. On a 1 minute chart, you're looking at this as a bull flag, right? Price moved up and it's consolidating to rip higher. But on the bigger time frame, let me even go to like the, what about the 5 minute? But if you look on the, crap, I just moved my line. If you look on the bigger time frame, I mean, you understand that, look at price. I mean, it's still bearish. We could easily, we're tapping into this imbalance right here. We could still rip all the way down. Or it could fake out and rip up. I have no idea. That's why you kind of have to, instead of predicting price, you got to wait for it to do something and then react off of it. But we'll see. I'm kind of interested to see what happens here. If we get a rip or a dump. Or if we do what I said earlier and we could fake out. Because I've seen it do that before. And it's hilarious. Because you know, it's hilarious because you know some people are going to get like, some people are super pissed off when it does that. Is it'll fake them out and they'll take a loss and then it'll rip right in their direction. Disregard that question. What? Whoa. Oh, if you make a trade on the fit. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same level. Anything I draw on different time frames is going to be the same thing on other time frame. Uh-oh. 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 I'm just curious to see what's going to happen. I'm not going to... Who's in this? Come on, fake it out. Oh, I'd love to see them fake it. Fake it out. Drop below this 193 level and then rip right back up. And then they're gonna fake out the highs and then rip right back down. Dude, I get so I've gotten burned so many times where it just keeps faking out in one direction. You get long, it fakes out. You get short, it fakes out. You get, and it's just like. Whoa. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What are you doing, NASDAQ? Explain to me. I wish I can kind of see level 2. That's the one thing. I gotta figure out if I can add level 2 to this, to my chart. That's the one thing that I think, at the same time, here's the thing. It may help me, but it may hurt me at the same time. Because what I figured with when I had level 2 or like bookmap, I would start to get too biased, right? Like if I see a major level, or I see a lot of orders sitting at a level, I immediately start to think the price is going to move toward that level. And then I end up getting too biased, and then I take dumb trades. So I had to cancel it. I just like to personally just look at levels, strictly levels, instead of like, some people look at level 2, and which maybe it helps some people, but I tried it and it seemed like it was hurting me more than it was helping me. Because I was looking at where the orders were and taking trades based off of that instead of reacting to price action. It's not going to do neither. It's going to go sideways because it's 11. Yeah, that's possible too. It's 11 o'clock, and usually at 11, price action likes to die down right now. It's 11, so... if you made a trade on the 15, would you ever make a decision based off on the 1 or 5 minutes? If you made a trade on... I never take a trade on the 15. I always set my levels on the 15 and then move down to the 1 minute. So, like, I would initially, like, in the morning, right? When market opened, right? I immediately, these levels, I started to mark out, right? Let me move this. Let me actually delete this. So as market opened, the levels, I was looking on the 15-minute chart. You see all these levels. They're kind of messed up now, but we broke through this level, never got a confirmation. Then I'm like, okay, maybe it's going to go down to this level. So I marked out this level. We broke it, never got a confirmation. I'm like, dang, how far is it going to go? And then I marked out, see, I had this level right here. I had this level marked out for the next level. It broke that level, and then after that level, I also had, I was like, okay, if we break this level, the next level is all, you can't, I don't know if you can see it. Crap, hold on. I could zoom in like that and probably see it better. And then I had another level marked out, as you could see. That level, right? So I had one, another one there. So I had all these levels marked out that I was looking for. And then when I go to the 1 minute chart, I see all my levels now. So now I can kind of zoom in, right? Breaking those levels, never getting any confirmation. This was the only level that confirmed, right? It broke it, and we started closing above it, started inversing a gap. Even though I took a small loss, got out because I thought it could continue going down if it broke down below. Got back in and targeted the highs again, made my profit. I literally took profit up here. As soon as it tapped into my TP, it's been going sideways. I'm so glad I got out. Because I would have been just emotional right here, man. I would have just been like, what is it doing? Thanks, bro. I'm brand new. Yeah, no problem. It's the way I look at price action, it fills imbalances and it takes out highs and lows. That's kind of how I take trades based off of. Filling these imbalances, right? Imbalance right here. Look, imbalance got filled, went higher, right? Went higher, took out this high. Filled this imbalance, failed to make a new high. So it's like, it's constantly just moving from one, obviously, but. All right, where's my trend line? I haven't used trend lines in so long. It's just interesting because I see this like trend. It's failing to go higher, broke this trend line, failed to go higher. Now it's, I don't know. I don't know. Appreciate the likes. Thank you. You guys are awesome. It really does help. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, yeah. But right now, we're looking like we want to go back down. We didn't take out that. Oh, we did kind of take out the low right here. I like to move it, move it. Let's go, let's go. I'm gonna hop off at like 11:30. I'm gonna hop off. I'll be back tomorrow again. I gotta start getting here earlier than I'm too in a rush because I have to set everything up, and then by the time I set everything up, I'm finishing setting everything up as market opens, and it kind of like, if I keep doing that, I'm gonna miss a trade because sometimes a trade happens like pretty much right when market opens, and if I'm not ready, I'm gonna miss it and I'm gonna be pissed. So I gotta get in here earlier and start. And so I need to start live streaming before market opens. So I need to be live before it even opens to make sure I'm ready for anything. I don't want to miss a trade. That's the thing. So. Oh, you missed the spy dump this morning? That's the worst, because then it starts going in your direction and you're like, crap, should I get in? Should I not? And then, yeah, that thing dumped like crazy. I was surprised. I was honestly surprised. I thought it was gonna reverse. Honestly, I thought it was gonna tap back into pre-market lows and reverse, but this is insane. It just kept dumping and dumping and dumping, and no signs that it, other than when I got in right here, it was the first sign that it wanted to go back up. But it's all right. If you miss a trade, it's better to stay out. There's always going to be another trade. There's always going to be another day. Last thing you want to do is miss a trade, get in, get stopped out, right? Start revenge trading, blow up your account. Not worth it. It's better to wait for something else or come back tomorrow. I got some puts at close. They were 100% right where my alarm went. Oh, dang. Yeah, it's risky getting puts and then seeing. I mean, if it's your strategy, it's pretty, you got to be careful at market open, yeah, because market open, yeah, if you didn't close them by now, it's better just to close them. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but it's, obviously make sure you understand the risk. How would you suggest training when I'm at work while market is open? I mean, it depends what job. If you're able to kind of watch price action, if you're not able to watch price action, you can watch price. Market is opened, like after hours, right? So market closes at like 5 o'clock for futures. It reopens at like 6 o'clock, and you have till 6 right? 6 the next, or 5 the next day. So you can watch. Market is moving all night long. I mean, you can watch price action, Asia session. I mean, Asia's London session, Asia session has decent price action. People do trade Asia and London session. So it is like you can watch price action then, depending on your schedule, depending on, you know, but that's what me personally, that's probably what I would do if I couldn't trade this 9:30. Like, if you have a desk job and you're able to, you know, maybe like have a screen open, that's different. But if you're somebody that has a job who can't look at the chart, I would probably, if I had to, I would probably trade Asia or London. I just don't trade it because I don't really have to, so I try not to. But if it came to it, I would probably trade it. Oh, you're a trucker? Oh, that's awesome. My parents are truckers. They do team driving. Yeah, if you're a trucker, I mean, obviously be careful, but I mean, you could it's definitely doable. Just be careful. You don't want to look at your screen while you're driving. You can also have there are like people take levels, people that have like, you could take longer term trades, right? You can have certain levels set out, certain TPs that you get alerts. You could set alerts for people that can't sit there and watch the charts. They set alerts, so if a level gets hit, it sets an alert, and then they're able to quickly hop on and see what's going on. So they don't have to sit there and stare at the screen all day, right? And wait for a trade. Which is also probably what I would maybe do, set alerts. But also when you're home, like I don't know what kind of trucker you are, but if you're a trucker that like, you know, drives for a little bit and then will sit at home for a little bit. I mean, while you're at home and you're not working, you can also just watch it. The more time you get on the charts, the more you will be able to watch price action and get that experience to be able to predict it at certain times. So it's I'm gonna hop off soon in probably a couple minutes. This is just going sideways. It's 11:30. I mean, this could go sideways for the rest of the day. Who knows? I'm not. This freaking thing is just like. See, this is why I'm happy I got out where I got out. I would still be in this trade, hoping it goes higher. I'm good. And we got the 200 right there, so I could. That's also a level it's gonna have a hard time getting through. Do you teach people how to do crypto? No, I don't teach people to do crypto. I just live trade. I don't have a course. I don't have a Discord. I don't have any of that. If you want to kind of learn, you can hop in and I'll kind of like show you how I mean, there's hundreds of different strategies out there. So obviously I could show you how I look at price action, how I take trades. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you when to take a trade. I'm not going to tell you. That's, you know, you do that on your own. You risking, you know, I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. But you can kind of see what I'm doing and I can kind of teach you. But I've always done flatbed. Oh, dang. Flatbed's hard. Flatbed's really hard. I've heard some stories of people tarping it up. The worst part about flat betting is probably tarping it up. Those tarps are freaking heavy. I honestly don't understand how somebody could tarp something up by themselves with like those heavy tarps. And especially when it's raining and like, you make good money though. Flatbeds make good money. So it is worth it if you could do it. Because a lot of people can't do it. I knew somebody that tried to do it for a little bit, and he's like, I can't do this. If you were still in a trade, it would make for a funny video. Yeah, I would definitely be emotional right now. If I was in a trade, I would definitely be emotional right now. Because this freaking crap is just going sideways. Like, what are you doing? Like, I would just want to get out at these highs at this point if I was in a trade. Oh, I've gotten so emotional. In the beginning when I was learning how to trade, bro, I would get, no lie, I would go on, when I didn't really have a strategy or anything, I would take so much losses because I was taking dumb trades, and I had to ask myself the question. I was like, bro, how am I this good at losing money? Like, how is it? And you think in your mind, you're like, if I would have just done the opposite of what I initially wanted to do, I would have made this much money instead of losing it. Maybe every trader asked himself that question at one point. How am I so good at losing money? What do you think about when? I don't even know what that is. I trade futures. I trade NQ futures every single day. I don't look at any other stocks or anything. So, I used to trade stocks and penny stocks and all that, but I moved on. Thank you for always asking my questions. See you tomorrow. Yeah, have a good day. See you tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by. I'm about to hop off too. It's 10:30. I mean 11:30. So yeah, I gotta hop off. If anyone has any more questions, I'll wait one more minute and then I'm gonna hop off. I'll be back tomorrow. Same time. Maybe I'll try to come in earlier so I can get set up and go live before market opens, not as market is opening. Maybe like a couple minutes before market open. But yeah, so that's that. All right, y'all. Peace out. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe. Don't take any stupid trades. If you're gonna keep on trading, wait for a good setup. Be patient. Understand when you need to take an L. Take an L when you need to take an L, and take profits when you need to take profits. Other than that, peace out. I will see you guys tomorrow.